This episode of The Answer is Yes Baja Sessions is brought to you by Baja Bound Insurance Services. Driving to Mexico? You can buy and print out your Mexican auto insurance policy online in minutes with their easy-to-use website. They also have great travel information to help you plan your trip south of the border. Visit bajabound.com.
All right, well, welcome to the Baja Sessions portion of the Answer is Yes podcast. And, we've had a lot of great guests on here and, off-road guys, discovery guys, traveling people. But for me, what brings it all back to home is the work that I have been doing with my partners and friends the last, 9 years, I guess. And that's doing some work with the orphanages down there, specifically with Rancho Milagro. And I've got the pleasure of having Joshua on the line from the ranch, and Josh and I have known each other, like I said, about 9 years, and I just wanted to bring him on air. Josh, are you there, bud?
Yeah. How are you, Jim? Great to hear your voice.
I'm doing well. I'm sorry you had car troubles today, but glad that I was able to connect with you on the phone.
Yeah, we had a little bump there on the road, but we got it fixed, and it's running again.
Yeah,
so,
good thing. Well, on this show, I have talked about Rancho Milagro in the past and the fact that we worked with you guys before the ranch was closed down as an orphanage. But can you just tell us briefly about the ranch itself and how long it's been around and what you guys were doing? And then we can talk about the things you're doing now.
Yeah, sure. The ranch was started in 1970, and my parents came to be directors in 1975. And until 2 years ago, until 2017, it was a children's home. My parents were there for 41 years. And so, unfortunately, with all the new regulations and the government setup, we were unable to continue as functioning as a children's home. And during that time, we've always done outreach ministry in the community, in needy areas in town. So for the last about 17 years, we've been doing soup kitchens in two different parts of the community in Ensenada. And we've been feeding children that basically their mothers are working all day. Most of them come from a single-parent home, or the grandmother or grandfather takes care of them, so we feed them. We've been doing it 3 days a week, and we feed food, and also to elderly people that show up and stuff, and we collect blankets, clothes during the year, toiletries, and shoes, and we pass them out, and we collected backpacks this year for the start of the school year. We got those out and school supplies. So an ongoing thing we've been doing, helping the children in the community. Basically, they come from neighborhoods that the children that are placed in the homes, they're from those poor areas.
Yeah. Well, we've been bringing stuff down and throughout the years, and we've learned how valuable those items can be that you just mentioned, like the backpacks, school supplies, toiletries, etc. And I know for me what's worked out good is, because it's hard to get stuff across the border, but what's worked out great for me is just to go to the Costco or the Walmart or the Home Depot and, or some of the stores down there and buy those items and then bring them to you so you don't have to worry about crossing the border. Is any time of year a good time to bring things, or is it specific times of the year? I mean, what are your needs right now?
Any time of the year, whenever people come down and they want to donate things, just go ahead and bring them down, donate them. We go out Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So we go out to the communities those days. And so we pass out. Now, as far as needs right now, it's still cold. It's still winter, so blankets, sweaters, jackets, shoes, gloves, those beanies, for the head to keep warm. And as far as other items, any food item, like canned food, pasta, any food, cooking oil, there's toiletries, basically what you use in your home, like toilet paper, dish soap, bleach, any toiletries and cleaning supplies as well. That'll work. They donate everything we use in the home, but here we pass it out to several families. So
yeah, I think this is go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention that we also do is we have some children that used to be here at their home, but they were placed with their relatives and other families that we know. We have a school sponsorship program, so what we do is we sell T-shirts, as you mentioned, to help provide for like uniforms, because here in the public school they got to wear uniforms, so we do that throughout the year and collect to try to get uniforms across, to as many kids as we can. But right now we have about 20 that we've been helping to continue at school. We still get backpacks and we pass out as many as we can. This year we collected about 80, and and then we kind of get school supplies. We break them up and we pass out that, and we also try to break out like mainly dry goods for like food to go around the families, like flour, beans, rice, cooking oil, basic things to try to pass out to the families when we go and stuff. So
yeah. What I was going to say a moment ago is this really is an education process for so many of us as to what your needs might be and what we think is good for you as opposed to what actually is. And I'm always blown away by how simple your needs are. You mentioned basic toiletries, toothpaste, toilet paper, toothbrushes, soap, shampoo. You talk about kitchen items, dry goods like beans and rice and pastas and things that will last on the shelves, cleaning supplies. I think we get wrapped up in wanting to buy something that makes us feel good. Maybe it's a toy or something extravagant, but that's the least of your needs because you really are focused on still just getting the basics every day.
Yeah. If people want to donate toys, it doesn't matter if they're used or in good condition, we collect them and we pass them out. Like this year, we had some turkeys donated to us from a donor, and what we did is to make it go around because it wasn't that much. We made tamales. And we fed, about 150, between about 120 kids and about 30 to 40 adults that we fed. This year we had in December we host like a Christmas lunch, and then we collected balls and dolls and marbles and all that kind of stuff, and we managed to give each child a toy, even a small one, but we managed to collect clothes, so we passed out sweaters and everything. So yeah, like you said, simple things, that it doesn't have to be something huge, but if people donate toys, your kids love them too, but clothes and food are more as a need for these children,
Yeah, the simple things first. I know also you often have time, have things come across your plate that are out of the ordinary, and I've always been amazed by how you and your parents turn the simplest things or anything into an opportunity to get a little bit further down the road with the orphanage. You sent me recently, you've got some property for sale down in Santo Tomas, which is a beautiful area. I think you mentioned it was down by the beach. What's with the property you've got for sale down there?
Oh, yeah. We have we have some in the wine country here in Valle de Guadalupe. We have some property that we're selling there. That one is mine. And then a friend of mine and myself have some acres that we're selling near it's in Santo Tomas area. It's about 3 to 4 kilometers from the beach called La Bocana, basically in the port of Santo Tomas. It's about 4 kilometers from there, and we're selling some acres over there. My friend and I, we've been doing that, and to help provide income. As the home closed, some donors decided to not help. They decided to go to a different area, maybe another children's home or do something else. But some have, stayed and continued. But we do have that to create some income, and the ranch, we also rented out their space here. We rent out the groups that come, or families that come to just go to Ensenada, for the weekend, or some people have, left their race cars here, and they rent the spot to store it, and they do their activities and stuff. So we've been doing that to create some extra income.
Yeah, and just so I'm clear on that, I know you mentioned that before. For the racers that listen to this show, this is a great opportunity if you need a place to leave equipment. It's behind the gates. It's off the beaten path. And it's probably two birds with one stone. I know you still have some kids running in out there once in a while to be able to see a race car and have some safe storage over there. Maybe they'll get a wash or something.
Yeah, we bring out the kids that are when we have some groups that want to do an activity at the ranch, and we bring out the kids that are from the school sponsorship program. We bring them out for the day, and we should cook them a meal, and they do some games with them and stuff like that. Or some decide to go out to the soup kitchen and serve food over there. So we do that kind of stuff too as well. So.
You have you've got some T-shirts for sale. I saw for $15 on your text. Where can somebody buy those shirts? How do they find those or donate to buy those?
They buy them through me. You can give my number. They can stop by the ranch and they can buy them there. We still don't have them online. We're working on a new website to create the website. For the new work that we're doing with the soup kitchens and stuff, but they can, send me an email, and I could, meet them in town, or they can stop by the ranch and they can buy them there as well.
Okay,
we also sell the stuff when you go to the Guadalupe Valley, like the olive oil, the olives, and we sell, some of the pottery. It was also handmade and stuff. Here outside the ranch, we open up, during the daytime to sell those as well.
Excellent. Well, if somebody's listening and they want to try to get a hold of Joshua to make a donation or buy some T-shirts or just stop by, you are welcome to reach out to me through the podcast. And I will connect you directly with Joshua via cell phone or email. So, Josh, what's on the horizon for you guys? What are you working on next? We're kind of getting towards the end of winter time here and into spring. What's the current happenings down there for you guys?
Well, right now what we're working on is trying to. We're still collecting some. Warm clothes because it's still, this weather is crazy, it's cold, and then it gets hot, and then it gets cold, and we just had rain last week, lots of rain. We're very grateful for that, but it's still cold, so we're working on still getting some clothes and stuff. And we have in Mexico, Children's Day is in April, is April 30th, so we're collecting clothes, shoes as well, but also toys. It doesn't have to be like, get them a Xbox or something like that. Just, the main things like baby dolls, jump ropes, marbles, small, like those Hot Wheel cars, something simple. They're collecting those to pass out that day. And both of the soup kitchens, we're going to do a meal. We're going to do games there with the kids. We're expecting to get a big crowd. We're doing that, and we're working here at the ranch, trying to do some work on the the dorms that we had, we were working on